Back in my mid-20s, I worked at a small pizza shop. It wasn't anything fancy, just a simple place that delivered and had a few tables for dining in. Honestly, the food wasn't great. The only thing that made the place stand out was that it was open 24/7. Because of that, we got a lot of late-night customers, especially people who weren't exactly sober. Most nights, I worked alone, which I didn't mind at all. The food wasn't hard to make, and when things were slow, I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted while waiting around. This particular night started out like any other. I got there at 9 p.m., took over for the day shift, and prepped a few stations in the back. Being a Tuesday, I was expecting a chill night. The first couple of hours went by with just a few orders. Then it got completely quiet. No walk-ins, no calls. I was just sitting in the back on a chair, scrolling through my phone. At around 1 a.m., I heard the doorbell chime, the one that rings every time someone comes in. I got up and walked to the front, but froze as soon as the main room came into view. There was no one there. I stood still, looking left and right, but the place was empty. I actually laughed a little, thinking maybe I was just so used to that sound that I imagined it. I walked up to the door, just to be sure, checked again, and then went back to the kitchen. I brushed it off, but 15 minutes later, it rang again. This time, I was fully alert and knew I'd heard it clearly. I walked back out, confused. Once again, no one. I opened the door and stuck my head outside. Not a soul on the sidewalk. The parking lot was completely empty. I checked the door to see if maybe it could ring without actually opening, but it didn't seem like it. It was strange, but I had no explanation. I waited up front for another 30 minutes, but nothing happened. Eventually, I gave up and went back to the kitchen. It was between 2 and 3 a.m., the slowest time of the night. Just a few minutes after I sat down, the bell rang again. This time I didn't even move. I called out, "Hey, hello? Is someone out there?" No response. I figured it was the door acting weird and just stayed seated, glued to my phone. Somehow, another hour passed with 0 customers. At 4 a.m., I started getting things ready for the morning shift. I walked back to the front to count the register, but something felt off. I don't know how to explain it. Just that heavy feeling you get when you know you're not alone. I kept glancing at the empty dining area and back toward the kitchen. The vibe was off. Then, out of nowhere, I heard a loud thump behind me. It sounded like a heavy boot hitting the floor. I spun around and stopped breathing. There was a man standing just a few feet away. He was wearing ripped black clothes, a hoodie pulled down to just above his eyes, and his face looked twisted. Bloodshot eyes and a blank, dead stare. He looked like he was on something, or just totally gone. Then I saw the knife in his hand. His grip was tight, white-knuckled. I didn't move. I just stood there, frozen. After several seconds, I tried to speak calmly. "Hey, listen, you can take the money. It's all yours. I won't say anything, just please let me go." He didn't respond. He just stared, silent, like he was trying to figure out what to do with me. It made things worse. He wasn't acting like a normal person. There was no way to predict what he might do. The counter I stood behind was L-shaped, meaning the only way out was to run toward him before turning and heading for the door. He was only about 5 feet away. He could have easily reached me if I tried. So I made a quick decision. I dove over the counter. It wasn't graceful, but I hit the floor and scrambled up fast. He was already charging at me, his face full of rage. I ran out the door, not even thinking about my car in the back lot. I just ran straight to the road, hoping someone might be driving by. I never looked back, so I don't know when he stopped chasing me. But at some point, he gave up. I called the cops and waited by the road. They got there in about 5 minutes. The man was long gone, but he'd gone back inside the pizza shop and completely trashed the place before running out the back. He even scratched his knife all over the side of my car. We think he might have been watching me from outside for a while, using the door to distract me so he could sneak in. The scariest part? The last bell ring came an hour before I saw him, meaning he was probably hiding inside that whole time. I never found out who he was. He wasn't caught, and I didn't stick around much longer. I quit soon after. I couldn't shake the feeling that he might come back. If you like this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy true horror stories.